like I say, like in this movie, you don't know what's going to happen, really. You make some choices, and that choice leads you to something that.
Diane Keaton, one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses, has lived a life that defies conventional expectations. Born Diane Hall on January 5th, 1946 in Los Angeles, she came into the world surrounded by the ordinary appearances of a traditional household. Her father, Jack Hall, worked as a real estate broker and civil engineer, while her mother, Dorothy, managed the household. But beneath the surface of normalcy, her mother carried a creative spark and a love for performance. Dorothy once won the Mrs. Los Angeles pageant, a production that combined glamour, talent, and spectacle. For young Diane, sitting in the audience and watching her mother shine, it was a revelation. She saw the power of being noticed and understood that life could be bigger than routine. From an early age, Diane realized she wanted to carve her own path, one that wouldn't be limited by tradition or expectation. Raised in a Free Methodist home, Diane was familiar with structure, rules, and convention, yet she instinctively gravitated toward freedom over formality. She admired women like Katharine Hepburn, not for their fame or fashion, but for their fierce independence and refusal to be defined by societal expectations. Inspired by these trailblazing figures, Diane developed a mindset that would shape her life choices. She wanted to live authentically, according to her own standards, rather than fit into roles that others prescribed. Her love for performance became evident during her high school years at Santa Ana High School. Diane didn't just participate, she excelled, particularly in theater. Taking on challenging roles such as Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire, she showed a maturity and depth beyond her years. For Diane, acting was never about seeking applause. It was about self-expression, exploring emotions, and understanding human complexity. This early engagement with the stage planted the seeds for a life dedicated to artistic exploration. The rise of Diane Keaton. Diane Keaton's early career included a mix of stage and screen roles. In 1968, she landed a part as an understudy in the Broadway production of Hair, a show known for its avant-garde approach to storytelling. While nudity was offered as a choice for a bonus, Diane declined, choosing integrity over gimmickry. This early decision reflected her personal ethos. She would never compromise herself for attention or convenience. Soon after, she auditioned for Woody Allen's Broadway play, Play It Again, Sam. Although her height initially posed a challenge, she won the part, earning a Tony Award nomination for Best Featured Actress. Her film debut followed in Lovers and Other Strangers, opening doors to television appearances and small commercial work. Whatever the opportunity, Diane Keaton approached it with professionalism and charm, gradually building a reputation for authenticity and presence. Her big break came in 1972 when she was cast as Kay Adams in The Godfather. As Michael Corleone's girlfriend and later wife, Diane Keaton brought a quiet, thoughtful energy to a male-dominated story. Director Francis Ford Coppola recognized her unique charm and offbeat sensibility, qualities that made her stand out even in a cast of legendary actors. The film's immense success cemented her place in Hollywood, and she reprised her role in The Godfather Part 2, this time portraying a more complex, independent, and courageous version of her character. Diane Keaton in love. Despite her fame and the attention of Hollywood's leading men, Diane Keaton chose a life of independence. Her romantic history reads like a Hollywood screenplay, filled with intense connections, passionate flings, and deep admiration. yet never culminating in traditional marriage. She dated several well-known actors and directors, each relationship unique, shaped by mutual respect, creative synergy, and ultimately, personal boundaries. Her connection with Woody Allen was both professional and romantic. Their collaboration produced some of the most iconic films of the era, including Annie Hall, and their bond reflected a deep creative intimacy. While the relationship eventually ended, it influenced Diane's artistic vision and reinforced her understanding of partnership as a choice, not a necessity. Similarly, her decade-long relationship with Al Pacino was marked by love and intensity, but ultimately diverged due to differing life goals. Diane Keaton wanted a long-term commitment and stability, while Pacino's priorities lay elsewhere. Though their paths separated, the connection remained one of profound mutual respect. Even rumored romances with other actors, including Keanu Reeves, reflected her charm and allure, but Diane's choices consistently prioritized autonomy and personal fulfillment over societal expectation. Her romantic life illustrates a key truth. Diane Keaton's independence was not about rejecting love, but about value and selfhood. She demonstrated that a fulfilling life need not hinge on a wedding ring, and that meaningful relationships could exist without conforming to convention. Choosing singlehood and motherhood. Central to Diane Keaton's life philosophy was the conscious decision to remain unmarried. Observing her mother's sacrifices for family life, Diane internalized a crucial lesson. Marriage often required women to give up personal ambitions. Rather than follow that path, she chose to prioritize her independence. Her decision was radical for her generation, a deliberate refusal to let cultural norms define her happiness. Yet, Diane's life was not devoid of love or family. In her early 50s, after years of introspection, she adopted her first child, Dexter, in 1996. Later, in 2001, she expanded her family by adopting her son, Duke. These choices reflect her deliberate, thoughtful approach to life. She became a mother on her own terms, fully embracing the responsibilities and joys of parenthood without compromising her autonomy. Motherhood for Diane Keaton was a conscious act of love and intention, not an expectation or societal pressure. It gave her a form of love and purpose that complemented her artistic and personal life, rounding out her identity without erasing her independence. Health struggles and recovery. Behind Diane Keaton's public persona lay private struggles. In her early career, the pressures of Hollywood and personal perfectionism led her into an unhealthy relationship with food. Like many in the entertainment industry, she faced the relentless expectation to conform to specific physical ideals. For a period, Diane struggled with disordered eating, attempting to control her body in ways that ultimately became destructive. Through years of self-reflection and determination, she confronted these challenges and emerged stronger. Diane Keaton has spoken candidly about her experiences, acknowledging the lasting impact of her past struggles while demonstrating resilience. Her willingness to address these topics publicly underscores her authenticity and her desire to offer honesty rather than image. Today, she embodies a message of perseverance, self-awareness, and the courage to confront personal challenges without shame, aging gracefully and staying true. As Diane Keaton has aged, she has continued to challenge societal norms about women, beauty, and relevance. She embraces the natural changes of life, speaking openly about aging, mortality, and the importance of living fully in each moment. Her perspective emphasizes depth, experience, and self-knowledge over superficial appearances. By rejecting societal pressures to conform to youth-centric ideals, Diane Keaton has become a model of authenticity, showing that a fulfilling life is not defined by looks, marital status, or public approval, but by choices aligned with personal truth, legacy, and influence. Diane Keaton's life is a testament to independence, creativity, and personal agency. Her career spans decades with performances that continue to inspire audiences and a personal life defined by deliberate choices rather than external expectations. From her groundbreaking work in Annie Hall and The Godfather to her unconventional approach to love, marriage, and motherhood, she has consistently prioritized authenticity over conformity. Her story offers lessons that extend beyond Hollywood. It is a narrative about embracing individuality, defining success personally, and navigating life with courage and intentionality. Whether through her acting, her approach to relationships, or her reflections on health and aging, Diane Keaton demonstrates the power of living deliberately, with a clear sense of self and purpose. Conclusion: Diane Keaton's journey is not one defined by tabloid headlines or conventional milestones. She has never needed a wedding ring to validate her life, nor has she allowed societal expectations to dictate her happiness. Instead, she has cultivated a rich, fulfilling existence through independence, artistic exploration, motherhood, and self-awareness. Her story reminds us that fulfillment comes in many forms, often unconventional, and that true happiness is shaped not by what others expect, but by what aligns with our deepest values. Diane Keaton remains a luminous example of living fully, choosing boldly, and loving intentionally, an icon not just of Hollywood, but of life lived unapologetically on one's own terms.